Hello y'all. This isn't gonna be the longest vid, but I was just chilling, playing VRFS, right? Before. Drumroll please. Editor. Are we gonna edit in a drumroll? Come on, man. Well, if you can't see already, there's a green line on the screen. That's from the goggles I'm wearing. See here, I shot the ball from all the way back here. This shot in real life would have been over, like, an FC 24, 25, they call it meters or something. I don't know if it would be considered meters or yards or whatever you want to call it. But this would be over, like, 24 meters, something. It would be about 24. Because if I'm not mistaken, from right here, it would be like 16. And then, that's a pretty far distance. I shot with the knuckleball, right? If you didn't know already, this is the insane knuckle. So it's gonna do a knuckle shot a lot. Like, an insane amount. So here, the green line, see it came here on the screen. It shows it just went in and then, like, maybe hit this part of the rope and then just bounced further in. Like, that's the ball I used right there. But I shot from all the way back there, came up, hit the bar right here, like full on hit it, and then just like slammed right in. This little fella here tried diving for it, but he completely missed. Oh jeez. I didn't think I could punt him that far. Oh, jeez. And if you don't know what a knuckle shot looks like, I will show you. Well, that's not one. Doing a knuckle shot, even with okay, that's a knuckle shot. Doing a knuckle shot with the knuckleball is easier, but it's not the easiest. So you see here, it comes in at the start. Looks like it would be a normal, maybe like normal, slightly curved ball. And then it just cuts right to the left. Cuts like slightly down. And then like over like one a little to the left. Then here, it just cuts over to the left again. And then again. Hits the ground. Bounces up. You know. So it, like, see, that's an knuckleball. I hit it. It was gonna go to the left. But then it went right to the right. Went back to the left. To the right. To the left. And bounced. Like, that's the cool thing about this. Because you can hit it, like, I could literally hit it like this one day, where my, like, toe hits it. Real life, you don't want to hit the ball with your toe. Because it's never going to go anywhere. Just like my coach says in soccer, you don't want to toe the ball because it's either going to go too high, too far, or it's going to end up messing up and won't work. Okay, so you don't want to do it. Just like how my coach says, you don't want to clear the ball when it comes to playing matches. Okay, because if you clear the ball, it'll always end up a 50-50 chance of both teams getting it. Remember, 50-50. So if you clear the ball, there's always a chance you will lose it. But there's always a chance, well, not always a chance there's a 50% chance you'll lose, a 50% chance you'll keep it. Depends on who's there. You know, the bad thing about it is in the passing drill a few days ago, I think it was like Tuesday of this week, we were doing a passing drill. If you don't know already, I have 2 extra bones in my body, right? Which I don't think I mentioned it, I don't really know, but I have one. If you look at my right foot here, I have one, like, right here. Like, right around where, like, see the number 10 on my right shoe? Right around that area. Well, more like near the start of the very first lace on my shoe. Right here. That's where it is. That's my extra bone. Pops out. Like, it's very easy to see it. Currently, I'm not wearing any socks. So, I can easily see it if I just look down. And then, same with my other foot. If you don't know much about soccer, when it comes to shooting, most of the time you would want to hit with the same area your laces are in. You know, not all shoes have lace, not all cleats or boots, whatever you want to call it, they don't all have laces, okay? But it's like the same general area. You'd want to hit with that area. See? I hit with that area, went in, right over the goalie. In soccer practice, well, normally in soccer, when it comes to passing at least, you want to hit with the inside of your foot. So right around, like, see where the ball is next to my foot? Like, that's how you want to pass. Okay, so it's going to be like, the ball's going to be hitting, like, this whole curved part of your foot. The whole curved part. That's what you would normally use for a pass. And, hold on. Yeah, that one in. Went over the line. Didn't touch, but that one in. I'm just W like that. Sigma, boy, Sigma, boy, Sigma, boy. So, when it comes to passing, you want to hit with, like, this part of your foot, right? That's the part of your foot you want to use to pass. So, the thing is, I have, 2 extra bones, but in the same spot, just on the other foot. I can't really pass that well as I used to, because, if I do, I can still do it, but it'll hurt a little, because I would be hitting the extra bone in my body. Okay? And, when we were doing the passing drill on Tuesday, it was called the Y passing drill, okay? So, say I had a cone right here, one right here, one right here, and then one right here. All in the shape of a Y, okay? I'll come to the first cone. You would have a partner, or you would have 3 other people, and then 1 behind you. There would be 3 people at the other cones, and then 1 behind you. You would pass the person. Well, you normally pass to the person right there in front of you. Then they would turn to their left, or no, their right, but your left. And then they would pass that person. They would pass back to the person in the middle, and then they would do a follow-through pass. Right. And then we went on to, where you had to pass to the person in the top left or right corner, right? So, reality, in real life, when we were doing that joke, I was maybe like right in real life. Say I was here, my teammate I was supposed to be passing to was like, it felt like they were maybe this far away, like about this far, maybe farther. So I would say about this far, right? So it felt like this far to give you a general feel of it, but in reality, it's maybe like this far, right? And since I have an extra bone in my body, it makes it harder for me to run and kick. So before I would kick a ball really well, about like that's, here it shows like the same length. So hold on, let me find the ball that actually shows you how far I could actually kick. Let's get straight flight, and then in real life I could probably kick from, at the time, before we knew about my extra bone and before it was ever hurting, I could kick from here all the way to about the midway line. That's a far distance. Real life, that's about like real life, that's maybe like 20 some yards. I was a really strong kicker. Okay. And say my teammate was down there, right? I ran up to the ball, right? I brought my leg back, and then I striked the ball. Just like, but when I striked, my foot was like this. So my toe was right under the ball, right? So I'm gonna I'm gonna get a different ball on. Let's get the extra grip. And then this is what it looked like. Not like that, because that was nowhere close. Just like that. Right? Didn't go that far, but somewhat like that. It went from, so so imagine yourself, you and your teammate. You pass your teammate all the way down here. You give them a direct pass, right? Because that's what I did. But my teammate I passed to, he's not as tall as me, and I kicked it higher than he actually was. He jumped up to try getting it, and it like hit his head, I think. So that did not end well. Well, that's gonna be the end of today's video. Goodbye.